Hi, hello, namaste. Welcome to 48 Frames. So today I will be doing one of the segment from Ask Psych, and it's been a really long time since I made a segment on this. I know you guys are liking a lot of things that we are posting on our channel, which is into success stories, and we are getting a lot of queries regarding that, as in you want more people to be featured into it. We have not been regular with the videos, like it's been it's been on and off because life has its own plans, and we have also been going through a lot of ups and downs, like most of us have been going through. So 2020 has not been that great a time, but it hasn't been very bad as well, because there were a few things that we did and we cherish and we put down into our memory bag. And one of them is that a lot of you have been writing mails to us and asking us to do videos on different topics, and a lot of them have been contacting us through our emails and WhatsApp regarding certain areas of help that you need, and that is making us really happy. So that is something that we will cherish from 2020. So today what I'll be talking about is about a personality disorder. See, mainly what I have decided is there are certain queries that has reached us, so I will be talking about those topics alone because that is what you guys want to hear from us. So today I'll be talking about narcissistic personality disorder. So this has been written to us by a young girl who is into a relationship, and she's realized that her partner has NPD. So she just wanted us to throw some light on it and how a person can manage it, and what are the common things that you can see in layman terms. Like we are not talking in medical terms, we're not talking in with the jargons or anything that you cannot understand. We'll be talking in something that's colloquial and you can relate to and you can identify. So while we talk about narcissistic personality disorder, the name itself is quite interesting. If I tell you the explanation of how the narcissistic personality disorder, the first part of narcissistic came in, is from the Greek mythology, where there was a prince. I guess he was a prince. Yeah, he was a prince, and his name was Narcos, and he fell in love with himself when he saw his reflection in the pond. So that's the gist of narcissistic, the first portion, where the person is immensely, or what do I say, enormously, or what do I say, completely, madly in love with oneself, and there is no one better than that person. So they have this excessive admiration and love towards themselves. Now you might be wondering, like, what is so bad if someone loves themselves so much? So there are small little things that happen. It's not just about loving themselves, there are other things also aligned with it. Like they do not like any kind of criticism, no matter it is a very sly, small little thing. They really do not like it. So they do not like being criticized, and they are not very emotionally expressive. You cannot rely on them for any kind of emotional backup, and they get some kind of pleasure by disregarding others and putting down others. They get some kind of a teeny weeny pleasure by doing that. So this kind of characteristics, imagine a person with this kind of characteristic in a work environment or in someone you love. Isn't it going to be something extremely difficult to deal with a person who has these kind of traits? So the problem comes there, especially when they are working in a group or in a relationship, or let it be in their university or at work. It becomes extremely difficult. See, mainly because they're not ready to accept anything that is slightly negative about them. You cannot be feeling I am the best and I am the most wonderful person in 1,000 people gathering and wants all the spotlight to be on you and people discussing about you. You are the best, you are wonderful. That doesn't happen really. So there might be subtle little things which people discuss, and it might turn out to be very hurtful and very bad for that person, right? So that's where the problem emerges, and that is why it's an issue in itself. So why I am smiling is I'm just thinking about the concept of self-love is being advertised so much, and there might be so many people thinking, what's wrong in loving yourself? But an excessive love for yourself, is going to be pretty harmful, because this person is not ready to accept any kind of criticism. So it is more like a coconut, from outside they have the grandeur and they're like wow and wonderful, and suddenly when someone is telling them that something is wrong or they need to correct or something that is slightly hurtful, they just become really, 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 emotionally downward. They're not able to manage it, they cannot hear it. So they are like outside they're like a shell, and inside they're like soft as snow, smooth as snow, or that's how it is, and it's very difficult to lift them up again, and that's where the problem begins. Now, what could be the probable reasons? See, mainly they say is about the parenting while they were a child. The kind of parenting that has been given to them is more of too much of pampering, too much of love, and excessive praise as they're growing up is one of the reasons that we can consider for someone turning out to be having NPD. So that's one thing. Another thing would be if they are from broken homes and they really want the attention back on them, and they have been seeing all these things happening, and sometimes one of the parents shows too much of love thinking the other one is absent. So this is one thing, the early childhood experience. Another is it could be genetic, it has been passed on, or it can be an issue with the thinking and the brain and the thought, that is an issue, more of a cognitive kind of an issue. So these are the three things that we can connect to when we talk about narcissistic personality disorder. Now, coming to the issue that was brought to us by this young girl, what do you do when you are in a relationship with a person like this? So it is a difficult phase for that girl and for everybody, whoever is into a relationship like this. Mainly because why do we have a relationship? Why are we into a relationship? We are in love because we are looking for some kind of a support. Most of the time it is going to be the emotional side of it. Like I mentioned earlier, they are not very emotionally supportive. They're not very emotionally express. Yeah, they are expressive because they get angry at times, and when it comes to themselves, yes, they are very emotional, but when it comes to another person, a partner, it is going to be very, very difficult for the partner to live with a man or a woman who is not very emotionally expressive. So this is where the problem comes up. So what are the things that we can do? Main thing, first and foremost thing, is accept that this person is like this. He wants the attention towards him. He cannot be very reliable when it comes to emotions. He might get some kind of a pleasure, disregarding you. It is difficult to continue this relationship. Yes, it is, unless and until you make few changes, or you can apply a few things to see that things happen in a more smoother way. I am not someone who advocates you to just get off. He has this personality disorder and you have to be out of it. I don't advocate it. It depends on each person how they want to go ahead in life, and if they think this is the right person, and small little adjustments or small little sacrifices, or I don't know what you call it, if you are able to put certain things into place, then you can have a smooth relationship like any other relationship that's there. So one thing is accept them with their flaws, which is common, which we all have to do. But here the flaw is quite difficult because the person thinks too high about themselves and they want all the attention on them. So this person is like this. They have the tendency of lying sometimes just to make them feel they're superior. So they might have some kind of issues like projection. Projection is like you do something and you project it on the partner. You say you're cheating on me. While I'm cheating, I say you're cheating. So these kind of issues are going to come up. So one thing is accept them with all these flaws. These things come in the package of this wonderful man is what you need to accept. Okay. Second is you have to be a person who is able to make some time for yourself, as in this person would be making everything for him, may not be considering you at all. So if you are a person who has small little happiness of going out and doing things of your choice, definitely you should have a me time for yourself, where you have a time and space exclusively for you, where you do things that you love, things that makes you more happy. Do all those things, make time for it. Now this person will try to change you into him, like If you are a person who likes a certain cuisine and he likes a certain kind of food, he would plan for the day, okay, let's go for dinner to have Mexican. So you may not like it, you might like something else. So you should know where to draw that line and tell him in the right way, choosing the right words, that you would also be happy by including this portion into it. Like, I like this kind of food and you like this. Maybe we can plan together without hurting him. You come up with a plan. So once you draw the line and make them understand that this is what your happiness is, you will feel a little more relaxed, because you don't have to become that person end of the day. But this also comes with another factor, that is, once you draw that line and you tell them this is what I like, they will come up with n number of reasons to pull you out of it and change them again. Like, they will come up with many offers, very many, all kind of details, like, why don't you do this, I will do this for you. That they'll be constantly trying to change you. So you should be very strong enough in how you will convince that person, how you will include everything, have more of an inclusiveness in your likings and your plans and your desires. So you work out on that. And next would be, you should always have a strong support team. So if you are staying away from family, have a good set of friends who would pitch in as and when required as a support. Always see that he gets some kind of attention from someone or the other. If not you, your friends, your cousins, someone from your family, you have someone there. So it is extremely tiresome to be living with a person who has these kind of issues. So you will be fatigued to a great extent, so you should be prepared for it, as in how I will be dealing with it. So it's tiresome, you have a support group, you are making your me time, you know how to talk to him and put things into place in an inclusive manner. Things will be much easier for you to go ahead. They have this really wonderful sign of making promises. They make a lot of promises. So one thing I would tell you, like, if at all they're making promises, make them do it right now, because we, when in love, when in a relationship, dream a lot about the promises, think it's going to happen today, it's going to happen tomorrow. Along with the other issues that is really going to put you down, it is better that you see that it's into action ASAP. Right now or within 2 days. It has to be done. No promises to be entertained and encouraged, because it's wonderful to promise, a lot of things and do nothing. But we again get drained and feel bad. It is another emotional area altogether. So see that no promises, more of actions. So that's one thing. Another is they are totally absorbed, like they really want attention, whether it is negative, positive, whatever. Negative, yeah, not criticism. I said they might do some kind of an activity which will bring in more attention on them. See, for example, there is an effect of gaslighting. You must have read it in the books. It's quite famous, where the husband and wife are together, and the husband keeps dimming the gas light, and the wife comes and says, why are you doing this? And he says, no, it dimmed on itself. So this kind of situations are more where they do something and they deny out of it, and the wife might just go crazy, like, what's happening, he's doing this. So accept it. He is going to do, or he or she is going to do a lot of things like this. So these are the few things that you need to keep in mind. But I must tell you, young women and men, if at all it turns a little toxic, as in if you're being blamed for everything that you do, and there is a lot of name calling involved, there is abuse, and there is physical abuse and mental abuse, then I would say it's not really worth it. But if nothing is there, and if you think it's just a matter of few things that I need to keep in mind, and if you're really strong, then I think it's not going to be very difficult. But you should also keep in mind there are times that they would need professional help, where they would have to meet a clinician, a psychiatrist or a psychologist, mainly when there are very high chances of high tendency of them getting into depression. They might also get into substance abuse, alcohol dependency. All these things can happen to them because they are emotionally very fragile people, very fragile people emotionally. naturally, so there are very high tendencies of this. And sometimes, you know, when it gets out of hand, and when it's, like, it might be very difficult, and most of the times people reach out to us when there is a massive relationship issue, you know, like they are really fed up after 10 years of relationship, 20 years of marriage. That's when they come to us. So initially itself, if you're able to diagnose, you know, you have a system built to live with a man like that. See, the reason why I'm continuously using man is because most of the time this is seen a little higher in the men than women. But it's not that it is not prevalent in women as well. So this is a small little bit that I have said. Now please don't come and say you've said only little bit, and when it's a video you can do only so much. Maybe when I have a workshop on this particular topic, you can come and join. But as of now, I just wanted to touch upon few aspects that you can keep in mind, especially when you young people are in love, in a relationship, and you don't know what to do. These are the few things that you can keep in mind. That's about it regarding narcissistic personality disorder. Small little bit that I wanted to share with you all. And yeah, there are a lot of you all asking me one common question, that is, you feel you are good, but you want to be the better version of yourself. So I have already done a video on that, on 8 days to discover yourself. It is there in the playlist. I will put the link below. You can follow it, and a lot of them have been writing positive things regarding it to me. A few of them have contacted me as well. So you can follow that. I would definitely suggest this to people who are trying to be the better version of themselves. You can follow it, and I'm sure you will definitely see some difference in you. Okay, so this is for today. I don't want to promise that I'm going to be regular, but yes, I will try to be regular with my videos. Keep writing to me. Thank you so much for all the love. If you like this video, please do hit a like and do share with your friends. And if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe. Thank you.